Good morning, everybody, and happy new week to everyone. All right, so on last night's stream, I scheduled myself out for the week, and this week we are working on Airship 27 at the start. So I'm going to go ahead and get into that folder. And we're working on Silver Pentacle 2. Now, the illustration that we have for Silver Pentacle 2 that we want to work with is this one. So, Ron wants me to take this same shot and use it for the cover. I don't want to necessarily reuse the shot entirely as it was. I want to kind of repurpose it a little bit. But first, we need to make sure we have the right aspect ratio, right? So we'll look here. For original concept sketches that were set up for this. WIP3, maybe? So this was our last one. Oh man, I cannot tell you, Can. I mean, I am functioning now because I got 1,000 milligrams of Tylenol in me and a hot shower on everything. Every part of this body. It was just pretty brutal. And that makes me mobile. Barely. So let's take a look at this. And if we take this and expand it out to this size, this will tell me where I think they want to put the titles and stuff. This will also give me my colors. So let's save this as... Maybe actually what I'll do is I'll open up the actual one illustration. Number one illustration. Did I re-ink this? I guess I did. Must not have liked my original version. Yeah, I didn't like my original version. Yeah, that's not horrible. Yeah. 100 billion milligrams of ibuprofen. All right. I don't know why originally he put it so low on the piece, but assuming that that was because he was trying to avoid my artwork, I'm going to do that and move it in. We'll do that. I don't like that. It's kind of a violation of the rule of thirds. Maybe that works a little bit better right here. and give him more room to put a 2 or something out here. Oh man. All right. Morning, Cat. Sort of. It's the Monday after a con, and boy, I am sore. All of my joints hurt. Everything hurts. My everything hurts. That's all right. We'll get there. You've been down this road. Nope. I didn't want black. I want white. I'm gonna onion skin this. Right. Strange to discover strange new muscle groups. To boldly hurt where no man has hurt before. Let's get ourselves a horizon line. Ugh. Ugh. Good morning, Brent. Yeah, we didn't even get to see Starship launch. I'm still bitter about that. I've been bitter about that for a while. We were working on Airship 27. Well, I guess I should say at the moment we're not working on Airship 27. We're working on vanishing points and stuff like that. But we'll get to Airship 27. And, well, I guess we are working on Airship 27. We're just working on vanishing points involving Airship 27. Because weirdly, even though I use my cats, it's true. Could have gone boom. Although there's no one on board, so I'm all about a boom. Oh yeah. I'm working on the cover for it, and Ron and I had a discussion, and Ron was thinking he just wanted to go on ahead and colorize and work up the existing picture that we had that was from illustration 1. No boom. You want splash and boom. There's like an important distinction here. I loved Cat last night though, where we were talking about this, and there was a whole bunch of, wait a minute, you wanted to explode? Yeah, I mean, like, that'd be great, man. That'd be great. Wait, what? That was awesome. I had no idea the cat thought that they were manned. We're just sitting here like, yeah, we want them to blow up. Yeah. It's like, whoa. I think next open window is tomorrow. I mean, it's like they had a 24 or 48 hour scrub, and I didn't catch the scrub on whether they're going 24 or 48. But it advances 1 hour, I think. So speaking of Kerbal, I think the funniest part was when they showed the underside of the super booster, and it's just like a zillion rockets under there, zillion rocket motors. And that was the first thing that came through my brain was more boosters. I'm like, it definitely is from the Kerbal School of Thought. I was like, that's really funny. I got a kick out of that. I was like, yep, they're definitely from the Kerbal School of more boosters. Oh man, that cracked me up. That's what I really wanted right there. There we go. That's much more what we're looking for. An old fishing trawler, you know what I mean? Like kind of sitting in dock, kind of just not really, like people repaint it once every 20 years, whether it needs it or not, sort of thing. It's kind of what I'm looking for. Like you. You can be a lurker today. The point here is absolutely you can body double with me if you want. Why am I doing that? Okay. Got this old trawler out here. Kind of looking at her and seeing what kind of colors we can get off of her for this. Right. I mean, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, rusted old railings and cool things like that. Ah, she looks so cool. because I can just steal some of this color off of her right here. Just go in here, and I'm going to duplicate this layer and put it underneath here. Then go in here and let's just start, painting this old trawler up. You can kind of imagine that maybe they tried to make it look a little decent. I mean, it's still an active use trawler, but they painted it white once, like this. But how things go with old ships. After a while, you end up with just kind of rusted areas here, especially around the windows, right? You rust a little bit around the windows, a little. And you rust a little down here, and kind of. The seawater is just brutal on ships, right? There we go. It's totally fine. I'm just over here painting ships. You guys are totally welcome to do your jobs. I'm doing mine by painting ships. Did I mention how much I love boats? Just saying. I am who I am. Guess you guys would probably never expect any less of me, but still. Big boats, ships, planes, trains, automobiles, spacecraft. Very equal opportunity. Like, doesn't matter. It's cool in my book. Happy with it. Doesn't bother me. I will happily draw anything like this. Makes me happy. Boats make me happy. Airplanes make me happy. Spacecraft. I'm just all that kind of thing. I think I should someday go out to a pier somewhere and just draw boats. I could do that. And spend a good portion of my life drawing, going out on a pier and painting boats with watercolors. Oh, that'd be so much fun. Now that I've said it, I'm like, right? If it's a machine that moves, I'm in. I think I really was an engineer in another life. You know? I really was. But I've also noticed that, like I said, it's interesting how popular my, right? Exactly. Gearing up to be an engineer in my next life. All right. I think it speaks to why I think a lot of my starship pictures are popular. Yes, spatter is spatter no matter which way you go. There's no. Actually, distressed. You're getting new tiny spaceships. That's always good. Oh, that's cool. Wednesday. Okay. Yeah. That's good. We'll be watching it again on Wednesday. Now we need a good brush to go in here and just kind of rough up this area, right? Like right through here. pencils never work for some reason anymore. It's kind of weird. Take you very small. Way too thick. There we go. Now, I like the hand-drawn roughness that goes kind of hand in hand with a little bit of this, but that's too dark. Really needs to be lighter than that. Like, I don't know how it picked up that color. It should have picked up something more along the lines of that color. Something that looks just a little bit less dramatic. Okay. All I'm doing here is just de-emphasizing the lines a little. Just bringing them down just a hair. This way it just looks a little bit more like it's just part of the ship in the background, just kind of hanging and being itself. And I'm just kind of de-emphasizing these colors because, of course, nothing is absolute on any color. So we're just going to de-emphasize the lines a little. All right. It gives it a little bit more of a rough effect. This is not a this is not a modern warship that's been taken care of. Not like our modern warships are well taken care of. But, you get the idea. This is a trawler, a fishing trawler. And he gets he gets out there and he gets his fish and he comes back. He does his daily little grind. But it's still post-apocalyptic. So, our ship is, maybe he has a hard time getting paint. It's not like he can go down to the Ace Hardware and just pick up more. Big trucks. Big trucks backing up. Big trucks turning around. It's already looking pretty cool. All right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. I think it'd be kind of cool if you were closed or open. I mean, like implying that these can be opened. There we go. We'll go in here and we'll just open this window, right? Because it's got like a fold open window. I think that kind of looks nifty. Okay, like they open these windows up, and they're not entirely, they're not going to be. They're going to be more white because they're reflecting directly up. Rust around the outside edge here. Oh, Brent, Can and I were discussing the idea of having mandatory break days. So, like every Friday or something like that would be a mandatory break day. Where we would only paint fun pictures or whatever. As we roll into the weekend, just so because we were like we're pushing all the time and it's difficult. And so we were thinking we might want to implement some kind of mandatory break day where every day during the week we have one show. Since I do 8 shows every week, so one show could be just screw around with paints or have fun with watercolors or paint a painting in here, and I can paint spaceships or boats or airplanes or whatever. So we've been thinking about doing that. I think that'd be a good idea for us. There we go. You. Of course, we all know I get mandatory breaks because of the cat. Right? I get mandatory breaks because of the cat. I get a George break every time. Every day, I get a George break. Over to you on this side of the monitor. Thank you. Every week, every day. Every day I get mandatory George breaks. I get a mandatory George break. Mandatory cat break. My good little cat, who, only is a slight pest. Mostly a pest. You're mostly a pest, is what you are. You are. You are mostly a pest. You're such a pest. You're such a pest. You're just a good kitty cat pest, aren't you? Just the pestest cat in the world. You are. This is why I don't get any work done. You know that, right? You're doing a little marching in place thing, which means you want more scritches. So much purring. So many scritches. All right. Feel like you're not understanding something very important. That's the very important part. You're licking my nose. You're a weirdo. You know, you stuck your butt straight in the camera, right? I mean, you know that, right? You don't really care. Don't claw things, you goofus. Wait. Don't do that. There we go. You're just a big baby. You know that? Right? Exactly. I cannot. It's you're George. You shall not be denied scritches. You shall not be denied scritches. Because you're George. Scritches are right. He's whistling. He's purring so loud. He's doing the whistle purr. Ten to 1. He'll be right back here in just a second. I'll lay even odds on it. Oh no, he seems to have given up. That was enough scritches for one day. Good. I have work to do. All right, let's get ourselves a bigger brush. Like that. There we go. I like big boats and they cannot lie. Even little fishing trawlers, though. There we go. need to reassess these lines. There's one line right through here that I need to figure out where it's at. Right there-ish. Right? And that runs to the edge of the voxel there. And around to here. And straight up to morning. Wait, what? There we go. I like it. And it's not as rickety as this guy is yet, but we're, kind of getting there. Now we do want a little bit of the brown to be on this side here to show reflection off of the dock. Like the light is bouncing off the dock under the underside of this. Just a little bit. So from this side here, we'll kind of roll this way. All right, then I'll run the paint back and forth like so. Just kind of smearing it in a little, just kind of making it one sort of unit. Add to its coherency here. So brighter stuff right through here, just a little bit to get kind of that reflection of the light underneath there. So it's kind of bouncing about under here. When you look at ships in a port, the sunlight reflects off of the water and bounces light everywhere. So we're going to put it on the underside of the foxhole. Give it a little bit more of that kind of feel that it's a living, breathing part of this ecosystem on this port. Really? There. Somebody just bing me. Bing. Nice. Okay, behind the trawler. Let's talk about what's going on behind the trawler. Right out here. Let's see. I'm going to put this way at the top just so it's always on top. And then I'm going to bring it all the way down to 20%. Just so I can see where everything is and just exists. Kind of get an idea of what's going on. But behind the trawler, we're going to want to start doing things like, the sky and the sea. So I'll start with the obvious, the sky. Excuse me while I kiss the sky. Because that makes more sense than, excuse me while I kiss this guy. That didn't make any sense. All right. I'm going to start there with that. It gives me a little bit of what's going on here in the background. Moving in here, I'm going to go ahead and just put in some cloudy goodness. Got some pretty good clouds in here. Kind of do decent clouds and cloud shapes like that. So we're going to kind of do this kind of thing. All right, we got some stratocumulus clouds over the ocean, right near the shore. You get a lot of cumulus, not a lot of stratocumulus, because there's a lot of bumpy air and heat that comes up off of the ocean right there. So it always pushes the clouds into big poofy clouds. So you need lots of poofy clouds by the ocean. So if I were to poofy cloud it out here, like that, we need bigger poofy clouds. More like this guy here, right? That kind of stuff. There we go. I feel like I'm getting totally out of control here. I'm all happy with my clouds. Happy little clouds. There you go. Some kind of just a little bit of mist put in there. That helps. Nah, that didn't work. I'm like, I'll play with the different cloud brushes. What could possibly go wrong? Like, that's just writing utensil. You're right, brush hell. Oh no, but what about this brush? What do I want to do with this brush? But this brush looks so cool. Yep. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. There we go. Very subtitled. Uh-oh. I can smell the sun out there. That's not a good sign. There we go. It's already 14 degrees Celsius out there. Let's pick ourselves a really deep blue. A nice solid blue. Go the other direction. Really? It's kind of wild. I'll get back into the clouds again because even though these are cloud brushes, they make good wave brushes too. Especially these right here where that. I'm psychic. Or psycho, one of the two. Who knows? Anything could be true. There we go. And then what we'll do for this one is merge this guy down so they are now the same critter. And I should be able to get a good solid idea of what that looks like there. Looks good. Now I'll take my painterly blender and I'll make it big and go back and forth over these waves just a little bit here. And this will just rough up the water a little. It'll rough up the whole area through here a little bit. To rough up all of that just a little bit. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is go up one level, and we're going to start putting in this wreckage. Right? There's a whole bunch of wreckage that lives in this picture. I'm going to put that into this as well. So this is my records. You see how bits and pieces of building out there. So let's go ahead and that old rusty fishing vessel. Let's look at you can add yourself. There you are.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey there.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty okay so far. I'm looking for rubble now. Rubble.
Rumble.
Looking for destroyed buildings to put out in the ocean out here. Maybe abandoned. There we go. That's more what I'm looking for. Abandoned structures. Zombie land. That's actually kind of funny. Oh, hey. Actually, buildings out in the middle of water.
That's fine, Brent. You're good.
Huh.
It's all good. No, I'm coming in today. I am feeling like pumped. Yeah, I'm tired from the weekend. God, I have so much more energy now. You know? Are you feeling the same way?
Yeah? Good morning, Sarge. There's like great buildings in Estonia that are all, broken up and trashed really good. That's nice. Makes you worry about Estonia though. It's actually literally the same kind of building I was building. So let's pencil this in. How you doing this morning, Sarge? Oh, hey, you gave me the middle panel. Thank you, sir.
Yes. I figured since I have it so much at night.
That's true. Yeah, look at some of the images of rubble in if you like. Probably. Maybe not. Maybe a little wider than that. Hardly working hard. Something. There's some kind of weirdness going on here. I, on the other hand, am not making straight lines. Weird. Like, hello? Oh, a lot of big vehicles going through my little teeny subdivision today. I'm unsure why, but my place is popular apparently. Who knew?
So yeah, I'm cleaning up my comic to fit their submission guidelines a little bit so that I have the best chance of getting my submission through. So, because when someone says, you should submit this, you should submit this.
If someone asks you if you are a god, you say
Say
yes.
yes.
Just saying. I see.
We'll find out what the noise is.
Dogs are freaking out about. I want that color. I want this color plus some.
They're trying to protect us from the trash bin. They saw a trash truck and thought the trash men were back to steal our trash again.
Yeah, that is a problem. I could see that. Those evil trash men. Kansas is okay. Not to knock it, you know. I feel like we lost you, Ken.
I'm here.
We lost you for a second there. Mm-hmm. Funny part about that, Brent, was one of them was a big moving truck. So I'm like, I don't know what you're after, what you're here for. And you're like, well, George discovered that the door is open. Here, let me open a little bit more.
Hi, George. Don't you have a cup to destroy?
Right? Last night, Mariah was going to bed, and she's like, I brushed my teeth, I put the kid to bed, I got my retainer, George has knocked the cup in the sink, all things are ready for bed now. It's really funny how that was just one of the things she put into the list of things that were done. Like, the jobs have been done because George has knocked the cup into the sink, so now we know how all things are complete. It's just really funny.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. Oh, hey, check me out. Yeah. Boy, I look cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that is a cool picture from the con. That's from Ron. He took the picture and sent it to me. I think he was
When
trying
did
to.
they,
Huh?
when, oh, Ron Fortier. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ron. Yeah, Ron Fortier.
I'm like, when did that happen? I know I didn't leave the table that much over the weekend.
No, but I think he was intentionally trying to kind of just clip me in so that I could use it for promotional material.
No, I get that. That wasn't what I was just trying to think of when he did that, because I'm sitting there like, I don't remember people taking a picture.
They were taking pictures every so often, but yeah.
I feel like this finger is too stubby.
Ooh, chaos. Who doesn't love good chaos? Been working on this trawler. And I'm just, there is another cat out there, isn't there? George perks up. There's a cat out there. Yes. There it is.
So yeah, I'm skipping my gaming group tonight just to be on the safe side from COVID, because I don't want to. Just in case.
I mean, I did wake up and this morning my voice was really hoarse. So who knows? Could have been just because I talked a lot, or it could be something else.
Yeah, it could be con crud.
It could be con crud.
I mean, that's
just as long as it's the little C and not the big
but
C.
It's that. Yeah, but it's also that respect thing of, hey, I just did this. Hey, I don't want to hurt you guys, so I'm going to isolate just to be on the safe side.
Also, to set the precedent in your group.
Yeah.
Which I admire.
You know, I ask that of other people, and I will respect that same ask from myself.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Got about 2 more minutes for me. I'm gonna jump off stream.
Yeah, I'll jump off stream in a couple of minutes. I just got back home and wanted to join you for a couple of minutes.
I appreciate that. I like being joined. Like a trill.
So this evening, let's discuss game plans.
Okay. I was thinking, to what we were talking about before, I was thinking about the idea of having a break on Friday.
I think that having a mandatory Friday break for both of us,
yeah,
is good, because even though I don't stream at night, I do draw during the day, and I think I need to stop doing that and just give myself some downtime.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so too. But I also want to. I got a lot of good response out of the Star Trek ships, and so I want to have some time where I can draw or paint Star Trek ships and not be worried about the fact that we've got a deadline looming or something, like, because we always have a deadline looming.
Yeah.
And
but
so,
I think in your case, doing the Star Trek ships
bye-bye, cat.
is a good thing.
Yeah.
Because that is part of your cast. That's your demographic.
It is.
So working on something like that, I feel is a positive.
Yeah, but I mean, like other things, like we make jokes about me doing star charts, but it's something I enjoy.
Yeah.
But hey, some user show up at 11. I'll stay on and chat with you for a minute. Photo bashing, sort of. I've got a cover for a book to do. And when I do book covers, I do them in paint mode. So I'm painting them. All I'm doing is using this blasted building to make this building look right. That's all. But, it's not photo bashing per se, just doing the thing. There's the voxel. So, yeah, and that's what I was saying is, we will be leaving in just a few. It's 11 o'clock in the morning now, and so we've got to move on to our next mission for the day. But I'll stick around for you for just a little bit, because I'm not in that big of a hurry.
I'll be right back.
Yep, more trash men. So yeah, we're doing a cover art for a book. Right, and so all I'm doing here is roughing up this building. So it was nice and screwed up nicely.
Evil jogger.
Evil what?
Jogger.
Oh, evil jogger, huh? Wow. Those joggers, man. Like I said, they'll steal your trash too.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not careful, boom. They'll take your trash and run away.
Right? And just run away. Good thing your dogs were there to protect you from that. Think about the evil they're protecting you from right here, right now. Good dogs. Yeah. Even thinner than that. The book is post-apocalyptic, and so it's it needs a lot of destroyed crap in the background, which is always fun to paint and kind of fun to do. And then I have the non-apocalyptic But still very dilapidated trawler here. So there's that. Just like fallen pieces of roof in here make this look really like there's all kinds of nasty stuff going on. This is not a place you want to crawl around in. There we go. Makes it look like a good, nice fallen building back there.
Can I get your opinion?
Do what?
Can I get your opinion real quick?
Sure.
Does she look fat to you? Like,
do these jeans make her look fat?
Like, I'm going for the specific body type I'm doing is the power lifter, and they have a lot of core muscles, so they don't look like they look chubby, but they aren't. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, if you look at people who power lift that are doing the real heavy lifting, all of them look like they're extremely fat. They look like sumo wrestlers, but that's not fat.
Right. It's all muscles. I think the only thing I would say is the roll right above her belt probably really wouldn't be there. So
Okay.
Other than that, because I don't think her shirt would roll in, like she doesn't.
Well, she has it tucked in, so
I know, but it wouldn't roll out. They don't have fat in their abdominals, so that's part of the thing. Her hips are fine, her breasts are fine. Although I've noticed that the more muscle they have, the smaller the breasts, because it subdues the. It'll start to subdue the
fat.
Yeah, it eats the fat, and so it'll wipe out the breasts ultimately. How to convert to 2s, 3s, etc. I don't know what you're talking about converting 2s to 3s there.
So maybe something like that?
Yeah, she'd be straighter down and smaller breasts, and not too much smaller, but I mean, if you're smallering now, then you're probably okay. Oh, 2D to 3D. Like I animate on 1s when I place my keyframes. Open Tunes is a feature where it changes it to be animated on 2s instead of 1s. I feel like I'm edging on the edge of understanding what we're talking about here, but I'm still not 100% sure. Yeah, that looks much better. She doesn't look fat now. She just looks strong.
Yeah. And we discussed this before particularly with this characters. I want her to come off as muscular and strong, but I still want that feminine look. I don't want her to be that jokey kind of woman who's drawn with the harsh, male lines that they like to do in manga.
Oh, I get it now. I know what he's talking about. So you're doing half framing, which is that's the term we used. But what you're doing is instead of animating at 24 frames a second, you're animating on 12 frames a second. And that's what you're trying to do. Yeah. So I get it. So you're talking about skip frames. That's what we called them. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're the same. Because back in the day, of course, the way you did a skip frame was 2 exposures, right? You take the camera and go click, click, and then swap, and then click, click, and then swap, and then click, click. Except that on TV, where we would do them on 15s. And that's the reason why we didn't why the animated for ones and animating for twos terminology never really clicked with me, was because we kept working on animating for TV. And you don't animate on twos on TV. You animate on like 1.8s or something bizarre like that. It becomes strange. How do you set CSP for animating on twos, though?
It's probably a setting.
Yeah. Okay, so open manage timeline from the animation menu. And duplicate. Yeah, only the animation cells. Hang on. So, is there a way to change FPS in it? I've never actually used Clip Studio Paint before for animation. Yeah, here we go. Change it by going to animation, then timeline, then change frame rate. So animation, timeline. We have to make a new timeline, but you get the idea. And then change frame rate. This one right here. Oh, I see. You don't want to change it for the entire thing. You want to do double framing whenever you're on slow, and then single framing whenever you're doing something fast. So you're going to hold your frame rate at 24 and then just double frame through the slow parts. I follow. It's weird that I haven't heard that phrase in a long time.
What phrase?
Animating on twos. Animating on ones and animating on twos. They just instructed us to take 2 shots. So whenever we were doing animation, what some user is talking about is a terminology used in animation called animating on ones and animating on twos. And animating on ones means that your cell is swapped out every frame. So if you're animating on ones like you would with, say, Disney, they would swap the frame or the cells out every second. So you'd end up with 24 cells every second. Animating on twos, you take the cell and put it in there and then take 2 shots. Click, click. So you'd only need 12 per second. It's not a frame rate that people can detect easily, unless you're frame accurate in your eyes, which some of us are. But what some user is talking about is how do you get 2 shots in? Really, the only thing I can think of at the moment is select all the frames and then, select the frame and then copy and paste it. But that seems tedious and obnoxious. If you were to do that for any length of time, like if it was anything more than, like 5 or 6 frames, you'd be like, this is really getting old quick.
So some user, let me look this up tonight, and tonight I'll have an answer for you. Okay? So during the second show, I'll tell you how to do
second show
that.
for some users in the middle of the night, I think, or in the middle of the day, because it's right now for some user it's 7:15 in the evening. So this is a great time for some user to join. So just keep that in mind. It may have to be tomorrow. So
okay, so I can relate the information to you, and you can relate it back to him. But I will spend today, looking that information up, and I'll see if I can come up with something for you. Because really, I'm gonna start getting into animated GIFs here soon, so I have to do that as well.
Oh. Okay, so there's 2 ways real quickly here. Looking out on Reddit, there's 2 ways to do this. They're saying you could start the animation by going into your, I don't know if you can see my controls up here. Go up to animation and then timeline, and then hit the change frame rate and start animating all your 2s first at 12. So set it for 12 FPS. Do all your 2s. Then change frame rate to 24, and that will duplicate all of your existing cells that are in 2s so that you have 2 per each frame. Then you can do all your 1s inside there by breaking the frame rate apart. There's another way to do it, which is you can use the batch specify cells option, which is under animation and then edit track right here. And then where is it? Edit track batch specify cells. You go down to, where does it say batch specify cells? Did they pull it, or am I looking right at it? They must have moved it or gotten rid of it since this last version. And fill the start number and end number and set number of frames to 2. Assign cell to frame, maybe. But that, I think the first version might solve your problem like you're looking at. Yeah, so try the do all your 2s first, set the frame rate for 12 FPS, do all your 2s, and then take the entire thing and convert it to 24 FPS. And when you do that, it should space all of those cells out, so you'll have 2 cells per each frame, what used to be a frame. See if that works.
Okay, I need to hop off. I have a couple things I have to accomplish.
That's no problem at all, man. I'll hang on with some user for a minute or 2, and then I'm going to go get lunch too. Because I got lunch.
And I will catch you guys this evening.
See you tonight. Does that make sense, some user? It's weird how we all have different names for things. Like, why would I call it Why would my group call it double framing if it's obviously got a name? It's so weird. Well, break your animation down though. I mean, don't try to build. Yeah, right. I mean, like that's why I was saying I don't know why I have a different name for it. That seems so very strange. Like, why wouldn't my team have called it twos and ones? That makes like it's such an. I mean, especially when I look out on the web, everybody was calling it. Well, I guess because we were television and everything was pretty much on twos. Dang it. Just weird. That's all. Right? That's what I was thinking. I was like, but I worked in animation. Didn't I know this term? Why didn't I know this term? So strange. Anyway, that's all. I'm just like, because of course, now that I look at it on the web and go out and search, it's like the normal term. It's the term you're supposed to use. But I think really what it was because I worked in television and we were working in the very beginning. I think everything was on twos. We never really worked at full 24s. So nobody ever just said it because you never worked on ones. You know what I mean? Like we always worked in television speeds, which was always on twos. So I'll bet you that's what the stat, that's where that comes from. That's all right. Now I know the term. And this was before digital. So, you know, now everybody can work on ones all the time because we've got all this assistance now from the machines. So it's easy to work on ones. You don't necessarily need to do that. I absolutely, you know, I of course don't get me wrong. I absolutely believe that, you know, that's the right phrase and everything like that. I'm just curious as to why I never used it. That's such a strange thing. Always weird in my world. Things are always weird in my world. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was the 90s. These things weren't fast enough to do animation back then. I mean, we knew it was coming. We could see it on the horizon. It's just that it wasn't there yet. Everybody knew it was coming. Just wasn't it. The technology wasn't there yet. It was too expensive. We had what was called a Quantel paint box, and those were up and coming machines. But you know, like the old guys and the old guys didn't think it was going to ever get to be like this. But all of us younger guys, the younger generation, we knew that it was coming. We could see it when we talked about the Quantel paint box. You know, there was most certainly something on the horizon, you know. And then I switched career paths. Which may not have been a smart move on my part. But that's all right. So it isn't too personal. I actually when I went to college the first time, long, long, long time ago. And I'm talking about 1992. When I went to the college the first time, I took Japanese class because I had been watching anime, and I thought it was kind of cool, and I liked the way it worked, and I liked the animation, and I was into the concepts. And so I was going to go in, but there was no animation degree at the time. And so instead, I was taking a graphic design course, and it wasn't fulfilling what I was looking for. And I didn't get accepted into the colleges that would be animation colleges. So I was just going to school here up at CU Boulder. So Colorado University, because that was the school. And I wasn't doing very good because I had ADD, and back then nobody knew what that was. And so I had a hard time staying on task. I had a hard time doing my work. I had a hard time with all of that. And so I wasn't doing very well in college. And so what happened was that I had taken that Japanese class, and I had asked the teacher, how could I best learn Japanese? And he said, your best bet would be to go be a teacher in Japan. They always need teachers. And I went, okay. But then I quit school. So then I had to go back to school. And by the time I went back to school in the mid-90s, the late 90s, then it was a different world. Things were different then. Like the environment was different. And so at that point in time, I went in and started getting more of an education on how to do animation and everything like that. And once I got out of that school, then I decided to work for a while in the field. Then I went and wanted to fulfill what I had promised to do, which was go to Japan and teach so that I could learn Japanese. But that messed up my career path. And I really didn't mean to do that. That wasn't my intention. I was just going to take a break and go to Japan. But in taking a break and going to Japan, it messed up my entire career path. And, because then it was, why are you doing this? You're obviously a teacher and not, in fact, an animator and stuff. And I was like, dang it. And so that's what happened there. And so I became a teacher for a while, and then came back here, and then things didn't go very well from that point on. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm doing comics now, and I'm actually pretty happy here. And so that's a plus, What is ship? I don't know what ship is. That's weird. So anyway, that's the long and the short of it. How did I end up in analog animation? Because that was where I wanted to start back in the day. And then at the very turn of the century, right around turn of the millennia, so right around 2001, 2002, and 2003, the writing was on the wall, so to speak. We were still using Quantel paint boxes, but it was clear that the PCs were getting better and better and better. You know what I mean? And so it was clear that at some point here, the universe was going to change, and we were going to end up with, PC animated, computer animated stuff. So, no, that's not what I was asking for. Computer, stop.
You can now challenge the first president of the United States, George Washington, to a game of field pressure.
Computer, stop.
Okay, let's stop the stream.
Whoa. Sometimes I just worry about Alexa over there. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out why challenging George Washington was a thing. I don't know. Anyway, so that's how I ended up where I ended up, which is fine. I actually like this a whole lot better. Anyway, I just think it's part of it is I'm humored that I didn't know about the terms animating on 2s and animating on 1s because I think we just always animated on 2s. And that makes it funnier in my world. You're welcome. You're always welcome, my friend. I'm like, I've never heard this term before. And it's like an industry standard term. It just shows you where we were. Shows you exactly what we were working on. Always limited animation. So, all right. That's cool. Well, I've got about 30 minutes over, but I really am hungry. So I'm going to go get my lunch and need to start doing that. If you have more questions, though, man, I'll be here. I don't know. I assume you do work or something during the day, so you probably can't join me at well, it'd be 5 a.m. for you anyway if you join the night stream. So anyway, I'll be back at 5 a.m. for you, 4 a.m, something like that. So, but I'll also be streaming tomorrow. I've got to keep this painting is due this week, so I'm going to be working on this painting all week, and then I'll be working on animation a little later on. Oh, it's no problem, man. It's always good. And besides, I got a little bit extra work done. Never going to kill me. So cool. Thanks for joining me, some user. I appreciate it. And we had Kat here for a while, but they had to go, and so did Brent, and ultimately Can. So it's all lunchtime for everybody. And then Sarge was here for a minute or two, but that's all right. He'll come back later. So anyway, I'm going to head off though, because I am hungry, and I will talk to you all later. And remember to keep your eyes on the stars. Bye-bye.